5 minutes left. 5 minutes left for the Superclass, Junior Superclass and Masters riders. 5 minutes to go to get those last couple of laps of practice before we get underway racing here today at 12.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
Yeah, it could be 16, so it could go to 22. So it could do junior or super class.
Hey, what about the other Zep going? Mike backwards on the track.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
That thing sound like cut solar. Gate drops that quick. Need to slow down for us old folks.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Bridge to spare legs. Legs, yeah, if we could walk. Something like that. Doesn't help, we're still sleeping max on the floor. Hey? We're still sleeping on max on the floor. Oh, really? Haven't put the bed together yet? Haven't put the floor down yet. No. That doesn't help.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Okay, riders, any riders who have not been out on the track who are a bit late for their warm-ups, if you have not been out on the track and you need a warm-up, the track will be open for 3.5 minutes. If you have not been on the track today and you need a warm-up, the track will be open for now 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, riders, rolling start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
All officials for today's race meet. All officials, please make your way down to the registration box, please. All officials for today's race meeting, please make your way to the officials briefing at the registration box.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Kurt Mason, you're
You're
recorded.
required with officials briefing. Please run a bit quicker.
Okay. Down to the staging area, please, for all riders. All spectators, this is your last chance to head on down to the canteen or down to the bump and grind coffee. There, grab yourself a hot drink, canteen, some food, sit back and relax and watch some racing here today at round 4 of the 2024 Oz-Cycle BMX Series here at the Wynyard BMX Park. Just while the riders are getting themselves ready, just a reminder, the riders' advocates, that is the riders' advocates, is Britt Griffiths and Rob Farrell. So Britt and Rob are your advocates today. That's riders' advocates, not a parents' advocate. Great to see so many spectators from all over the state here today. Right down there near turn number 3, we've got the Launceston BMX Club down there. I can see the president, Matt Manshanton, down there doing what he does best, a lot of talking. Got a lot of more people up along the final straight here. Then up on the hill here, I saw MO Racing down there, Chaos Racing's down there. I think Turbo BMX was down there at one, and everyone else is associated with that. Great to see you here today. We're just getting ourselves sorted. We'll get underway very shortly. 4 of the 2024 Oz-Cycle BMX Series. Okay, let's see if we can get a bit of noise out of this crowd. Let's give a big shout out to the Launceston BMX Club. Oh, we've got some down. I'm looking at the main group down in turn number 3 and getting nothing out of yous. Yeah, there we go. Finally. What about our southern counterparts, Southern City BMX riders? Yeah, there we go. They know how to party, this crowd. And okay, the host club, the Wynyard BMX Park riders and crew. Yes, we've got the one member down here. Great to see. Okay, for those who attended last round 3 down at the new Hobart track, you would have seen the party atmosphere from the crowd down there. We need to keep that happening here today. That makes the day. The riders enjoy it. Okay, we're about to get our mini wheelers underway. I'll hand over to my mini wheeler commentator, young Adam down here, and he'll commentate the mini wheelers.
Righto, we've got our mini wheelers. These are our 2, 3, 4 and 5 year olds. We've got them on balance bikes, we've got them on pedal bikes, we've got them on race bikes. So these are our junior riders. Righto, we've got our mini wheelers locked and loaded. We've got Cooper, we've got Koa, we've got Aston, and we've got Esme. And on the back straight there, we've got Amelia and Bronte, all locked and loaded, ready to go for Series 4, Round 4 of the Tas State Series BMX Championships. Righto, we're on the flag here. We're waiting. Flag drops, Cooper's out hard with Aston's trying to chase him down. With Koa and Esme trying to keep Aston honest there at the start. Off the back of the track there, we've got our mini wheeler pros, so our 4 and 5 year old girls on the 18-inch race bikes. Bronte and Amelia doing a great job off the long part of the track there for these little legs. Making their way around turn 3 with Aston out on a pretty solid lead there. Oh, a bit of biffo there with Cooper trying to make up the inside of Koa. See, there's mate between the two. Righto, we're charging onto the finish line now. We've got Aston, clear winner there. Well, there's mate. Looks like she's tidying them up there. With Esme and Bronte, Koa, Amelia, and Cooper's doing a great job with a strong race. From a strong opening start, that's our mini wheeler pros. Right, up next, we've got our under 5 Sprocket boys.
Okay, here we go, under 5 Sprockets. Okay, here we go. It's out of the gate and down the hill we go. There's some from the gate, some from halfway down the hill. That's all right. This is the next step up from the mini wheel towards us here. As we charge our way up the second straight towards us here, we'll get some numbers very short. Looks like it's the 127, Charles Young Kingston out in front. As Kingston back to the 28 of Williams. Then back to Dawn we go. And then Coker down the rhythm section we go. Out in Charles still Kingston. lead over the rest of the pack as they charge away down through the rhythm section. We go down to turn number 3, the furthest point on the track here, around the final corner. This is where the crowd can now get involved. Start cheering these riders. They come down the final straight. First, the 127 from Southern City BMX Club. Young Kingston, he's got a good lead on this one for the under 5 Sprocket boys. As the rest of our riders come towards us, I think it's young Williams still holding down second position. He's looking over his shoulder. Dan's tail there as they make the way to the line, but it's going to be Williams, and it's going to go back to Dan. Position the Richardson Coker out of the gate for the Sprocket boys. Around their way up the second straight. Our leader will get the number here shortly as he makes his way up into turn number 2. It's the 19 out in front. So it's Chapman out in front. It's Chapman, then it's back to the 125 of Earp. And in third position, we've got the 192 of Kokoran. Our leader, he's all but down into turn number 3 already. As they make their way down to 3, it's Chapman out in front. He's got a nice, good lead on the rest of the pack. Around the final corner we go. Head to the finish line. It's Chapman out in front. Then it's back to Earp in holding down. Really pulled away from the pack. In third position, we're still holding Kokoran. I think he's still got the third position at this stage. That's the 6 Sprocket boys. Up in the gate next, we've got the 7 Sprocket boys. Full gate today. Gate down way we go. Great one on the outside there from one of the Turbo BMX riders as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. I reckon it's Robinson out in front. Here, local track rider here as they charge their way up the second straight we go. So it's Robinson out in front as he makes his way up into first position. He's holding down second. Looks like it's young Mason. He's right on his hammer, then back in third. The 444 there of Leonard as they make their way down to the third straight, down through the rhythm. 23 from the behind the final straight here. But Robertson out in front. Mason's right there with him. They cars towards the finish line. It's going to be Robertson just over Mason, then back to Leonard in third position for the 7 Sprocket boys. Gate down way we go for the 7 Sprocket girls. Out in front, they will get some numbers short as they spread themselves out. Some of them not quite confident to come off the top of the gate just yet as they charge their way down to turn number 1. We'll get some numbers shortly. Small number plates. Old Eyes makes it very difficult as we make our way. The number 40, it says Hardy Shields out in front. Nice lead at this stage, shows Hardy Fields. Then it's back to the 32 of Harmon as they make their way around turn number 2 we go. So out in front is still Hardy Shields and Harmon, the top 2. In third position we come round. That's the 177 of Harper Williams, and back to the 107 of Anderson. As our leaders make their way down to turn number 3 we go. There's still Hardy Shields out in front. Hardy Shields, and it's back to Harmon, the top 2 as they come around the final corner, head towards the finish line. So it's still the 40 of Hardy Shields out in front. The 32's right there with it. It's going to be a drag race to the finish line, but it's going to be number 40, Hardy Shields. Then back to the 32 of Harmon. Nine boys out the gate we go. Great start there in the middle. In the middle there, looks like it's the 68 of Mason as he charged his way down to turn number 1. We go around turn 1, out we come, charging up the second straight. That's Mason at this stage out in front. Then it's back to the 3T of Height, the top 2. Further back we go, back to Medcraft. Down around turn number 2, down the third straight. Oh, Mason's, he's saving the rubber on that front wheels. He charges his way down through the rhythm section we go as they pump their way down through there like a pack of elephants. They're all over the place. But into turn number 3. Straight. So it's Mason in front. Mason's going to get this one back to Height in second. On between Medcraft and Farrell on the line. Oh! That was tight. We'll leave that one to the transponders on that one. That was a tight one for third position for the 9 boys. Second heat of the 9 boys. Second heat of the 9 boys out of the game final this afternoon. A great one on the outside there, slipping back through the pack as we make our way down to turn number 1. I think it's Fog out in front of this stage. Oh, Fog's gone up high. He's been challenged inside. We'll get the other number short. It's the 19. That's Sweet. So Sweet and Fog are side by side. Back to field we go into turn number 2. Oh, push them up high. Brother 999 comes through of Allen as they make their way down the third straight we go. So still Fog out in front. So Fog's holding the lead. Chapman's in second place and back to field we go. Down to turn number 3, round the final corner. Fog's got him settled in front of this stage. He charges towards the finish line, so it's going to be Fog will hold on to this one. Back to the 9 of Sweet and the 21 of Field.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
17 to 24 women out of the game. And the first straight looks like Linings race to make their way around turn number 1 up the second straight. So it's still Stewart out in front, then it's back their way. The racing is fine. Stewart's got it covered. There's a charge their way out in front. Stewart back to Beams around the final corner for the 17 to 24 women as they charge towards the finish line. So Stewart.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
17 to 24 men out of the gate we go. Great drive. I think it's Smith on the inside there as they make their way down their first straight. Jordan still keeping himself upright. Great to see. Around the first corner we go up the second straight. So Smith out in front of the 11, then back to the 420, I think it is. That's Nichols in second. Smith, and then further back we go to Anderson as they make their way down the rhythm section, which is the third straight here, down to the final corner. Still Smith out in front. So Smith, Nichols are the top 2. Position to come towards the finish line. So it's going to be Smith will hold on to this one. Back to Nichols, Smith and Anderson.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
12 boys out of the gate we go. It's chaos racing 1-2 at this stage as they make their way down the first straight. We'll figure out who's who in the middle here in a moment. I think it's Headlam out in front, then it's back to Birchall. Oh, up on the inside there by one of the riders. Will figure out who it is as they make their way up. So it is the 136. It's Headlam out in front. So it's Headlam, then it's back to Gregson. Birchall. The 64 comes through of Strange and the 35 of Beach as they make their way down the third straight down through the rhythm section we go. There's still Headlam out in front, so it's Headlam, Gregson the top 2. Birchall gives us our top 3. So it's a chaos sandwich there for Turbo BMX rider, but it's Headlam, Gregson and Birchall.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
12 girls out of the gate go great on the inside there. I reckon it's Fielding on the as they make their way down. First race, so it's Fielding and the top 2. Then it'll go be Rockcliffe and Beach, I reckon, as they come around. Oh, on the inside there, Williams made a move on the inside. The turn number 2 side. The race paces on. Further back we go. It is Rockcliffe and then back to the 65. It's Williams on the inside and Fielding on the outside. Their way down to turn number 3 we go. Out Turbo BMX as they charge towards the finish line. So it'll be Williams Fielding of the for the girls. Then we'll go back to Rockcliffe and Beach.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready.
Girls, away we go. All Launceston riders. It's Padgett out in front of this stage. It charges away down to turn number 1. It's Padgett. I think it's Farrell holding down second. Mannion in third. Around turn number 1 we go. Oh, Farrell's trying to make a move on the outside. Padgett's got it covered on the inside of this stage. Oh, they're going to come in 2 by 2 into turn number 2. Then back to Mannion in third. We got Tuck in further back we go. Then back to the 311 of Nelson and the 14 of Linnett. But out in front though, It's Farrell's now got the leash. He got the better drive down the third straight. So it's Farrell and Paget. These two are at it all day, every day. But it's going to be Farrell. She'll hold this one. So it's Farrell, Paget, Mannion for the 13 girls.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Gate down, way we go. Great one by Kirkland on the inside there. Looks like it could be Nicholson in the middle, then over to Emerton on the outside. As they come into number one, we go. It is Kirkland, Nicholson, Emerton. As they charge their way up the second straight, we go. On the 33 out the front, it's Kirkland on 30. This
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Okay, out of the gate we go now, the 14 boys. Oh, great hole shot there. I think it was Blythe got this one. Williams has gone right. Dawson and Williams, Dawson, Holness.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
15 out of the gate we go. Great one on the outside. Looks like by Rush he comes across. Oh, it's a bit of a squeeze there. I think Bean got squeezed. Oh, we got one down. Hey, spread the field in this one. Just remind anyone who does have to pull off, does have to see first aid before they continue racing today. It's Bean down front. Bean man, Broom hold out the top three as they make their way down. The third straight goes down to the final quarter. Toby Bean's out in front. Toby Bean. Man, Shannon's right there with him. Broom hold's got a great one happening there as he goes further back to the pack. Who's going to be the 22 over on there? Height and then Mannion.
He's disgusted with himself in the show.
So you just remind all riders, you do have to come off today too. There's first aid before you continue riding. You need to get the clearance. You'll find them up here on turn number 2 under the blue marquee.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
8 boys out of the gate. You go level. Who's doing the boot? Sue very quickly as they make their way into turn number 1 down with the cameraman down there. Around 2 1 we go up the second straight. Out in front is the triple one. Level out in front of level. Simon Thompson, Man Shannon, the 27 Holter. Oh, Holter moves up into third position as they make their way down to the rhythm section. Still level out in front goes level. Tom, Man Shannon's trying
Back.
to fight back. Holtzman's holding him out at this stage as they come to the final corner. So it's still the triple one out in front. So still level. Into main set of hills at this stage. Oh, 27 Holtzman's moved up. Thompson back, but it's going to be level. Holder, Thompson, and Shandon.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
The gate we go. She's
She's gone. She's left the rest of the pack already as they make their way down to turn number 1.
in third. The 6W, but down this point down there, so it is Greg Ellis, O'Connor, the top four here for the 9 girls as they make our way towards the finish line. It's going to be Young Burgess who's got this one on the 911. So all the way from Launceston, so it's going to be it's the 4. No, Emerton Swift. Jenkins has a
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
11 boys out of the gate. We go. Great one from the middle there. We'll get the numbers shortly. I think it's the 75. It could be Hall out in front. Hall's got a good drive out of the gate on this one. Into turn number 1 with a good couple of bike lengths lead for the 11 boys. They make their way round turn 1 up the second straight. We go. Home track advantage here really as they come up into turn number 2. So it's Hall out in front. Second position now back to Payton. We go. The 102 comes through of Strange and the 804 of Lehman. Make our way down through the rhythm section, down through that straight we go. There's still Hall out in front, so it's Hall. Then back to Payton, I think it was, as they make their way around the final corner, head towards home. So it's still Hall out in front. He'll hold on to this one with the local track knowledge. He's got it on the 75, so it is Hall. The 70 comes over of Payton, the 102 of Strange, and the 804 of Lehman.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
13 boys out of the gate we go. Great one jump on the inside. And Butterworth on the inside has got a great drive at this stage and make their way down into turn number 1. One of the academy riders here. So it's Butterworth out in front. Man Shannon's holding down second position. Back to Savage we go and Medcraft into turn number 2 we go. Well, we got one down. All happening here in front of us. As they charge their way down that third straight, it's still Butterworth out in front. So it's Butterworth, Man Shandon, Medcraft. They are the top 3 as they make their way around the final corner we go. This is the 13 boys they charge towards. So it's going to be Butterworth will hold on to this one. Butterworth, Man Shandon, Medcraft. There we go. Young Hugo. He's backed himself up after a bit of a tumble here in turn number 2. Great to see his other competitors waiting for him at the finish line down here. So as we come around turn number 3, Hugo Savage will start the clapping. He picked himself up. It was a nice little slide out in the corner. He knocked himself about, but the first A guys have seen him. Give him an all clear, so yep, here we go. Michael Beams.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Okay, here we go up to race 22 at the skip. Race 21 out of mechanical there. But out in front, we've got the Cruiser 11 to 12 boys as they make their way down to turn number 1. Let's get some numbers. Oh, it's young Mason out in front. It's Mason from the Wynyard BMX Park. Back to Castle from Southern City. Couldn't get from further part if you tried. But it's Mason out in front. Mason, Castle, the top 2 for the Cruiser 11 12 boys as they make their way down through the rhythm section. The third straight, here we go. Down towards Muzz there on turn number 3 as they make their way in there. So it's going to be Mason's got the lead at this stage. Back to Castle in second position. This is the Cruiser 11 12 boys as they come towards the finish line. So it is going to be Mason.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gates down for the Cruiser, 15 to 16 girls as they make their way. Looks like it's Kirkland on the outside, back to Williams and Tuck as they come down to turn number 1. We go, confirm those numbers as they come towards us. These are the Cruiser with a bit bigger wheels, the instead of the 20s. As we come to turn number 2 we go, so it is Kirkland out in front, so it's Kirkland, Williams, back to Tuck we go. Make their way down through the rhythm section we go, pump their way down through there, get the right rhythm, you got the paces happening. As they go down to turn number 3, round turn number. Kirkland will hold on to this one. Kirkland, Williams, Tuck.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Cruiser 35 to 39 men out of the gate we go. Oh, I think these are older than 39. You're looking at the top 2 here. That's Emmerton and Oxley. Side by side we go. Emmerton told me only just got home from night shift not long ago, but look at him go. I think he's racing towards some sleep this afternoon. So it's Emmerton out in front. Emmerton, Oxley, back to Lorenzen, and let's keep it upright. Jordan as they make their way round turn number 2. Our leaders are halfway down the third straight we go. So it's still Emerton on the inside. Oxley's on the outside. Can he do the old switcheroo? Emerton's got him covered as they come towards the finish line. Emerton, Oxley, side by side, the two oldest riders here today. I think Emerton, Oxley. Now the drag race is between Jordan and Lorenzo. Side by side, crank for crank. Oh, Jordan got there just on the line over Lorenzen.
Riders ready. That's the gate.
Mini Wheelers, you start getting yourselves ready, please. Mini Wheelers, start getting yourself ready for moto number 2. 35 to 39 women as they make their way up to turn 2. Out in front, oh, none other than the... It's Farrell out in front. She's got the race face on there. She's determined. Oh, we've lost one up the second straight. She's taking a shortcut in second position. We've got the 42 of Sweet. Then we go back to the 1T. As we make our way around the final corner, Farrell, she's got a nice lead at this stage as she comes towards the finish line. So Farrell will hold on to this one. Second place rider makes their way up. I'm trying to figure out the number. It's the 42. So as we come towards finish line, number 42, Sweet. She's got the held on to second position. Back to the 1T of Jordan. And our fallen rider, Deverell, she's picked herself up. I think it was a bit of a shock to the system there, running off the side of the track, down the bit of a hill there. But we'll cheer, come round, head towards. I know the crowd down there at the Lawn Section BMX Club, supporter crowd, will get the clap happening. Chantel Deverell, here she comes.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
The Masters are out of the gate. We go. Great one by Ellis in the middle. French is on the outside. Emerton on the inside as they make their way. Oh, Emerton's just going to... Ellis, sorry, is going to just jump his way into turn number 1 there. So it's Ellis out in front. You can tell who the young guy is here in the Masters class. So it's Ellis, Emerton, French. Further back we go. Oh, Broomhall, Burgess, and Kingston as we make our way down the third straight. We go down through the rhythm section. It's still Ellis out in front. Clean set of hills. He's showboating the crowd as he does. So it's Ellis out in front. Emerton's holding on to second place. French is coming at him, but it's going to be Ellis, Emerton, French. Oh, here comes Burgess round the outside of Broomhall. Oh, Burgess, Broomhall, and the 177 of Kingston.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
Superclass women out of the gate we go. It's Oxley, Beams and Stewart as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. So it's Stewart from the AAP interior lining out in front of this stage as they make their way up the second straight we go. So it is Stewart as they make their way into turn number 2. So it's Stewart, Oxley, Beams. That's still the running order here for the Superclass women as they make their way down the third straight we go. Down through the rhythm section. They put their way down through there into turn number 3 we go. Superclass women round 4 of the Ice Cycling 2024 BMX Day Series as they come towards the finish line. So it is Stewart out in front. So it's going to be Stewart, Oxley, Beams.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
Gate down way we go. Superclass gate. Oh, it's Griffiths all the way from the US. The way into turn number 1. Yes, it's Griffiths must have learned something over there in the US from the World Titles and make their way up the second straight we go. So it is Griffiths out in front. Oxley, French makes a move. That got tight there very fast as they make their way down the third straight, down through the rhythm section we go. So it's Griffiths out in front. Griffiths, Oxley, French, they're still the top 3. Here we come towards the finish line. Oh, Griffiths, he's learned from the trip to the US as he comes over the line in first. So then Oxley, French, Smith, and Lowe. On all small items now. Here comes the junior Superclass.
Random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
7 right out of the gate for the junior Superclass. That's Rush out in front. Hope we can keep it up right this time as it turn number 1 we go. So it's Rush, Phillips, Shannon. I think of the top 3 as they charge the way up the second straight we go. So it's Rush on the 44, Phillips on the 171. as they make their way down the third. Starts still Rush out in front. Starts Rush, Phillips, Man Shandon. Back to Broomhall. I think it is in fourth as they come around the final corner. Still Rush out in front. Phillips, Man Shandon as they come towards the finish line. That's going to be auto tight at the end there. The 266, I think that's Williams comes through in there also.
Mini wheelers, gloves and helmets on for our mini wheelers. Righto, we've got our mini wheelers locked and loaded. Cooper, we've got Esme, we've got Acton, and we've got Koa. And we've got our mini wheeler pros starting over on the back straight, Bronte and Amelia. Gates drop, Aston's out hard for a second race. He's charging this afternoon. Cooper's stalled on the big hill, but he's going to try and catch back up with Koa and Esme. We've got neck and neck with Amelia and Bronte. Doing a great job. Looks like Aston's got this one. Hard charging from. Run for the front with Aston. Koa with a hard. Is she going to catch him up? Koa in the 2 spot. There's made the 3 spot. And our mini wheeler pros with Bronte and Amelia. It's like Cooper just needs a bit of a push there, and away he goes. He's going to wind it up, come across that line, super fast. And that's Cooper across the line. That's our mini wheeler. Off to our.
State. Williams comes around the outside. It's Williams and Dan, the top 2 as they make their way down to turn number 1. It's a long way from mini wheelers to step up to the up the second straight here. Where are they? Loose from moment behind the hill as they charge their way up the second straight. So it is the 28 in front. So it's Williams out in front. 27 of Kingston. Kingston's up to second. Back to Dan we go. And the 32 of Richardson Coker. As they make their way down the third straight we go. So it is still Williams out in front. He's been he got the 127, got him. Kingston round the outside. He come off the gate. He's rounded everyone up. As they make their way round the final corner we go. The under 5 sprocket. So it is the 127. Kingston out in front. Kingston back to Williams. Dan still holding on to third position. Then back and forth to Richardson Kokar.
Riders ready. That's the gate.
Green light gate down, 6 Sprocket boys, away we go. Great drive from the inside. We'll get some numbers shortly. There's a bit of uncontrolled air happening over that first jump we go. Into turn number 1, we've got 2 side by side. Oh, around the outside. Makes the moves. They charge up the second straight we go. We'll get the number here shortly. It could be the number 19. It's Chapman out in front. So it's Chapman from Chaos Racing. Back to the 125 we go of Earp. Then back to the 1 of Kokoran. Down the third straight we go. So it is still Chapman out in front. So it's Chapman back to Earp we were, I think it was. And then Kokoran in the top 3 as they make their way around the corner. Head towards the finish line we go. So still Chapman out in front. So it's going to be Chapman will hold on to this one. Back to the 125 of Earp. Our third try, I think it was Kokoran.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
Full go to 7 Sprocket boys. Out they go we go. Oh, it's a great race there. Looks like it's the Turbo BMX rider, the 1, 2, 3. Robinson out in front. Mason's right there on his hammer. Back to Leonard there, top 3. Round turn number 1 we go up the second straight. Mason hasn't given up. Robinson's got a nice little lead at this stage. Leonard's on the 444. We'll call the others as we go further back we go. Looks like it's Frankham on the 28. The 12 comes through. They'll be Riley on that one. 191 of Johnson. The 519 of Eves. As they make their way down around the final corner, heading towards the finish line. So it's Robinson's got this one at this stage. Robinson on the 1, 2, 3 will hold on to this one. Back to Mason. Second position.
Okay, riders. Random start. Riders ready. That's the gate.
Sprocket girls out of the gate we go. Looks like we've got them all out of there. And that's good to see. As they make their way down the first straight, they're spreading them. We'll get some numbers here shortly. We got Anderson and a Hardy. We it's the 32. It's Harmon out in front. Harmon on the 32 as they make their way into turn number 2. Back in second position is the number 40. That's Hardy Shields there. Further back we go the 177. That's Williams. Then back to the bright pink biker 107 of Anderson. As our leader, they makes their way down the third straight we go. It's Harmon's got a nice little lead at this stage. As they come around the final corner, she hugs that inside line, the shortest distance. As they're heading towards the finish line, so it's going to be Harmon should hold on to this one. Harmon back to Hardy Shields, Williams and then Anderson. Oh, we've got a crash on the line. Change of position on the line. Hardy Shields got the win there. Back to the 177 of Williams. We'll let our officials take control of the scene down here. falling right. She'll go herself checked out by the Tasmania medical staff here today. Hopefully we'll see her back here for moto number 3. First of the night, boys, out of the gate we go. Great jump there by Mason on the inside. Bit confusing, got 2 numbers on his bike there. As he makes his way down to turn number 1, we go. It's Mason out in front. We'll get the other numbers shortly as they charge their way up the second straight we go. So in second position is the 5 and 5. It's Fogg holding down second position. Then back to the 3-2 we go of Height. We've got the 11 comes through of Chapman and the 168 of Castle. But out in front though, it's Mason at this stage. They're all racing for a final this afternoon. It's going to be tight between Fogg and Height, but out in front it's going to be Mason at this stage. As in second position, it's going to be Height, Fogg on the line. That's for the first of the 9 boys. The second of the 9 boys out of the gate we go. Great actually by Farrell there. The Chaos Racing rider, Sweet, he's made a move up to the inside. Oh no, Farrell swoops around the outside as it makes its way up the second straight we go. A move on the inside. Farrell comes through. Then it's Sweet. Then it's back to field we go as they charge the third straight. Sweet. The line. That's Farrell. He's doing well for his chances of getting to the final this afternoon, so it's going to be Farrell, Sweet, Field, and then the 299 of Medcraft. Okay, the 17 women are out of the gate, come up the second straight already. It's the AAP interior linings. Stewart out in front, then it's back to Beams we go. Charge their way down that second straight, so still Stewart and Beams are the top 2 for the 17 to 24 women. Down through the rhythm section we go. The pace is picking up here. Around the final corner we go. Stewart's got the lead at this stage. She's just controlling the pace. Beams is trying to close down the gap on the 23. So it's the 46 of Stewart, back to the 23 of Beams. 17 to 24 of the men. As the gate we go, so it looks like it's Smith out in front. So it's Smith and Smith at this stage. Back to Anderson in there. And Nichols, I think it is. So it's Tyler, back to Blaine we go. The 420 of Anderson, Lorenzen, Jordan. As they make their way down through the rhythm section we go. Smith out in front. So it's the number 11. So it's Tyler Smith out in front. Back to the 29 of Blaine Smith as they come towards the finish line. Oh, they got tight on the line. And it's going to be the 420 of Nichols back to Anderson. $12 boys out of the gate already down to turn number 1. It's the 136, I reckon, it's from Chaos Race. Headlam out in front. So it's Chaos Racing, Turbo BMX Racing, then back to Chaos Racing. We go, so it's Headlam, Gregson, Birchall, they're the top 3. Back to Strange we go, and then Beach as they make their way down that third straight down through the rhythm section. Round the final corner we go. Oh, Gregson makes a move. Oh, he stole the lead in the final corner. So Gregson, Headlam, the drag racers on. Gregson's going to be on the line. I think it was Gregson, Headlam, Birchall for the 12. 12 girls here. It was Crank for start off with. It's Fielding, Williams. Oh, Williams had the inside line. Fielding had to come in behind as they make their way up the second straight we go. So it's still Williams of the 1T in front. Fielding's on the 99. She's got to go around the long way. Can she find a way? Then we go back further. It's Rockcliffe and Beach as we make our way back to our leaders for the 12 girls. Williams has that inside preferred racing line. Fielding's going to have to go around the long way. It's a long way around the long way there as they make their way towards the finish line. It's Williams who's going to hold on to this one. I think so. It's going to be Williams. Fielding, back to Rockcliffe and Beach. 13 girls already out of the gate we go. It's Paget out in front. Farrell has the inside line. It's going to get tight here. Farrell has the inside. Paget's going to go around the long side, but she had the better momentum out of the corner. So now Paget has the inside. Farrell's on the outside. Back to Mannion in third we go. turn number 2. So still Paget, Farrell, Mannion, Tuck. And one of Nelson and the 14 of Linnet. But back out in front though, it's Paget. She's got the inside racing line. Can Farrell do the old switcheroo? Hasn't quite got enough. It's still Paget. Farrell and Paget side by side. Crank for crank. Oh, Farrell got it on the lines. It's Farrell, Paget, and back to Mannion for the 13 girls. 15 girls out of the gate we go. So it's Kirkland, Nicholson, Edmonton as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. So Kirkland on the 33 out in front, back to Nicholson on the 107 and the 45 of Edmonton as they make their way up into turn number 2. Go. There's some concentration on those eyes as they come around the corner there. Young Kirkland still out in front though, so it's Kirkland back to Nicholson and Edmonton as they come around the final corner heading towards home. So it is going to be Kirkland, Nicholson, Edmonton. 14 boys out of the gate we go. It's Blythe at this stage, so it's Blythe, Williams, Dawson, Holness as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. It's a freight train as they come out of the corner there. So it's still Blythe in the 496 out in front. Back to Williams on the 1T there. Dawson comes through. Holness comes through as well as they charge their way down the rhythm section, down through the pumping. Williams is trying something different as they make around the final corner go. Blythe is still out in front, so it's Blythe. Williams are the top 2 as they charge towards the finish line, so he's going to be on. Oh! I think it was Blythe, but only just. Back to Williams, Dawson and Holness. Okay, 15's out of the gate we go. It's Rush out in front. He's still upright. Great to see. So it's Rush, Beams, Shandon, Broomhall, Mannion, and Height as they make their way down the 3rd straight we go already in the final corner. So it's Rush out in front still. So it's Rush, Beams are the top 2. Further back we go. Shandon, Broomhall, Mannion, and then Height, I think it is, yes, for the 15s. Okay, the 8s are out of the gate now. Let's back it down a little bit. Out in front, we'll get some, no, I think it's Lovell. Could be Lovell out in front. We'll get some numbers very shortly, yes. No, it's the 27, so it's Holzner out in front. So it's Holzner. Then it's back to Lovell, the top 2. Back to Shandon, then Tonks we go. Round turn number 2 we go. So it's still Holzner out in front. So it's Holzner back to Lovell, the top 2, as they charge their way down through the rhythm section. Holzner, Lovell, Shandon, Tonks, the top 4 for the 8 boys. Round the final corner we go, head towards home. That's the 27s to that in front, so Holzner's got. So it's going to be Shandon and Tonks. 9 girls already out of the gate. Burgess in front. She's racing to a time. She tells me she wants to get fast as she charges the way up the 2nd straight we go. She got the 1T there. Burgess out in front. Right, we'll get the rest of the number. Here we go. So it's Gregson holding down 2nd. Oh, the determination. O'Connor's in 3rd position. Then we go back to Ellis. They've all got the bow leaders down into turn number 3 we go. So it's Burgess out in front. And then it's Gregson, O'Connor and Cars towards the finish line. So it's going to be Burgess will hold on to this one. The race is for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Here we go. So it's going to be Gregson at this stage. So it's Gregson, O'Connor and Ellis. Okay, 11 girls already out of the gate. Here we go into turn number 1 we go. They'll sort themselves out as they charge their way up the 2nd straight out in front. Looks like it's the 5-1-3. So it's Jenkins out in front. Jenkins has got the lead. Oh, on the inside, Edmonton makes the move. Carroll had nowhere to go. Further back, we get the 120 of Eves and Ross as they make their way down the 3rd straight, down through the rhythm section. Carroll's trying to find a way through, but still out in front. It's Jenkins at this stage. Oh, there we go. Carroll made a move up the inside, so it's now Carroll, Jenkins, Edmonton as they charge towards the finish line. Oh, Jenkins is making a move around the outside. It's going to be tight. Oh, I'll leave that one to the transponder. I know Edmonton got 3rd in that one. Okay, 11 boys already. We're up to race 47. We're powering through them here today. Just like the Hall is out in front. He's powered into the lead. Turn number 2 we go. So it's Hall. Then it's back to the 70. Comes through of Payton, the 102 of Strange. Then Lehman. As they make their way down the 3rd straight, down through the rhythm section. It's still Hall out in front. So it's Hall, Payton, Strange, Lehman as they make their way into turn number 3 we go. Heading their way up the final straight. So it's still Hall out in front. He's racing to get to that canteen, but he's still got another moto to go. So it's going to be Hall, Payton, Strange and Lehman for the 11 boys. 13 boys already out of the gate into turn number 1. Here we go. Hard and fast racing here today as they make their way up the second straight. It's the number 44, so it's Butterworth out in front. So it's Butterworth, Man Shandon in there also. Back to Medcraft and Savage as they make their way down the third straight we go. They're in a freight train as they pump their way down through there. So it's still Butterworth out in front. So it's Butterworth, Man Shandon, Medcraft, Savage as they come towards the finish line. Butterworth's going to hold on this one of the Academy riders. So it's going to be Butterworth, Man Shandon, Medcraft and Savage. Okay, the Masters are out there now. Turn number 1, where we've got Ellis, Emerton, Burgess, Broomhall and Kingston as they make their way around turn number 2 we go. Oh, there's some nervous eyes in this one, especially towards the back of the pack, but out in front, it's Ellis. He's got a nice handy lead at this stage. Round turn number 3, we go towards the finish line. It's going to be Ellis will hold on to this one. So Ellis, French, Emerton. Then it's going to be Burgess, Beams and Kingston. Okay, Cruiser 11 to 12 boys out of the gate and already into turn number 1. They're stepping up its wheel size here. So we've got Mason out in front. So it's Mason, Castle, the top 2 as they charge their way up the second straight here. Trying to understand 2 different bikes today, but they're enjoying the racing. This is race 50 today. We're already up to 50th race. Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. So it's Mason out in front. Mason, Castle are the top 2 as they charge their way into turn number 3. Round turn line, so it's going to be Mason, Castle for the 11 to 12 boys. Cruiser 15 to 16 is already out of the gate we go. We'll figure out, looks like it's a turbo BMX race this one. So it's Williams out in front, so it's Williams. Back to Tuck we go as they make their way up into turn number 2 we go. So it's Williams out in the lead. Back to Tuck in second position as they make their way down the third straight we go. So it's still Williams out in front. This is a Cruiser 15 to 16 girls. They make their way into turn number 3 we go. Round the final corner, Williams from Turbo BMX should hold on to first position. Turbo BMX will get second position with Tuck also. Cruiser 35 plus, we'll call him. Oxley's on the inside, Emerton on the outside. Back to Lorenz and then Jordan we go. Into turn number 1 we go. Oh, Emerton tried the inside move. Oxley's got him covered at this stage. They charge the way up the second straight we go. So it's Oxley out in front. Mo racing in second position. Back to Lorenzen and then Turbo BMX we go. Down the third straight, down through the rhythm section is still Oxley out in front. Oxley, Emerton's trying to find a way around. He just can't find a gap through there. Oxley's got everything shut. As you come towards the finish line, he's going to be Oxley for the 35 plus Cruiser. Emerton in second position. Lorenzen and Jordan. Cruiser 35 plus women as they make their way down the first straight we go. It's Farrell out in front. She got a clean sweep in the first race. She's going 1 from the second straight race now. As they make their way up the second straight we go, it's the 21 of Farrell out in front. She pumps her way up into turn number 2 we go. In second position, it's the 42 of Sweet. Comes through. Deverell, then Jordan. Mini Wheelers, don't forget to make your way down to your staging area. As they make her way around the turn number 3 here, the 35 plus Cruiser women. It's going to be Farrell. She's got the final straight all to herself. So it's going to be Farrell over in first position. Looks like Sweet still holding on to second position. Great to see. Deverell's coming through in third. She's picked herself up after that first moto mishap. Then back to Jordan we go. Superclass women already out in the track. No rest for the commentator here today. Hey, Mr. Starter. As we come up to turn number 2 we go. It's Oxley out in front. So it's Oxley, Stewart, Beans as they come around turn number 2. Down the third straight, down through the rhythm section. So it's Oxley on the 23. Stewart on the 46. Beams on the 23. Just to confuse things. Round the final corner we go. Heading up the final straight. It's still Oxley at this stage. Stewart's trying to get there with her. I think it's a little bit too late. But it's going to be Oxley, Stewart, Beams. Right, here we go, super class. Round turn number 1 we go. It's Oxley out in front, so it's Oxley. Back to Griffiths, French, Smith, and Lowe. As they make their way down the third straight we go. There's still Oxley out in front. Griffiths is trying to get there with him. He's keeping the tyres close to the ground. There's still Oxley, Griffiths the top 2. French is right in there with him also. As they charge towards the finish line, it's going to be Oxley. Might have been French then, Griffith, Smith, and Lowe.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Junior Superclass out of the gate we go. Initial jump there, well done by Man Shannon, but on the inside though, it's Rush at this stage. They charge their way into turn number 1 we go. So it's Rush, Phillips. It could be Broomhall in third position. Man Shannon's coming back into third. As you come around turn number 2 we go. So it's Rush out in front. So it's Rush, Phillips, Man Shannon, Broomhall side by side, those two. As they charge their way down to turn number 3 we go. So it's Rush out in front. Rush, Phillips. I think as Man Shannon's pulled up into third. Broomhall's right there as they come towards the finish line. But it's going to be Rush, Phillips, Man Shannon. Oh, Broomhall, Blythe, William, Mannion. That brings us to the end of moto number 2.
Righto, we've got our mini wheelers, gloves and helmets ready to ride. Mini wheelers, let's get ready to race. We got our mini wheeler locked and loaded. Another start from Aston out of the gate. Cooper's trying to chase him down with Koa. And Esme trying to keep him honest, but Aston's charging down the third straight away, the rhythm section there. While the gate drops on the mini wheeler pros. Bronte and Amelia over on the back, coming into turn 1. These are our 2-year-old up to 5-year-old balance bikes and pedal bikes. So you can start out riding BMX pretty young on a balance bike, although needs a bit of balance. And off they can go. You've got Aston charging hard, and it looks like you've got a committee meeting there at the bottom of turn 3 with Cooper, Koa, Esme, all making the gate there. But a good from Aston. Give him a round of applause. So to ride hard this race. We've got Koa and Esme at the back with Bronte and Amelia cutting through the field there. Bikes. And that's Bronte, Koa and Amelia. for the mini wheelers. And that's Esme. Give her a big round of applause. Right, we're going to have under five sprocket boys coming off the hill there.
Gate down way we go. It's Dan out in front of this stage. Just remember they do a bit of a stack and start on the hill there, but they'll sort themselves out by the time they get into the lap. Into turn number one we go. It's Dan's on the outside. We'll got a new leader there. I can't remember which number it was. I don't want to call him wrong as they make their way. It's the 28, so it's Williams out in front, so it's Williams in front. Oh, here comes the 127 of Kingston. He's charging his way through. Step on the second straight there, come from fourth to third as they make the fourth to first, sorry, as they make their way down to the rhythm section we go. So out in front, it's Williams at this stage. So it's Kingston, Williams, Dan, the top three, then back to Richardson, Coker. As they make their way into turn number three, it's the 127 of Kingston out in front. As they charge the way towards the finish line, so it's Kingston at this stage. So it's Kingston, Williams, Dan, Richardson, Coker. This is moto number three. So just remember, into this moto, we will be stopping for lunch. So as the riders finish, great chance to grab yourself a bite to eat from the canteen down there. Okay, we're up to the 6 sprocket boys on the gate now. Gate down way we go, 6 sprocket boys. Great one from the middle there. We'll get some numbers shortly. Looks like the number 19. As they charge into turn number one, we'll get our leader as they come out. Loose side of them momentarily behind the jump there as they come up. It's the 125 out, so it's Earp out in front. So it's Earp, Chapman, side by side, crank for crank. As they charge, Chapman made the move around the outside. Into turn number 2 we go. The 192's holding down. Kokoran's got third position. Further back there, great to see you got young Tuck coming through. The 22 of Hadolt's in there and the 41 of Emerton. But back out in front though. It's the 19 of Chapman out in front. It's Chapman, the 125 of Earp right there with him. But it's the Chaos racing rider of Chapman, he over the line first. Back to the 125 of Earp. Then back to Kokoran, I think it is in the 192. Gate down way we go for the 7 sprockets. Great one by the 123. There, though, I'd say that'd be Robinson. Mason's on the outside trying to go with him. Then the 444 of Leonard. Further back to the number 12. There we go as Riley. Round turn number 1. We go up the second straight. It's the 123 of Robinson out in front. The local rider from the Wynyard BMX Park. Back to Mason. Also a local rider. The first of the non-local riders have landed on the 444 as they make their way down the third straight. Our leaders are halfway down there already, heading down into turn number 3. So it's still Robinson out in front. So it's Robinson. We'll head towards the finish line. Here comes Robinson over the line. 1, 2, 3. Robinson back to Mason. The race is on for third position. It's going to be tight on the line. Oh, Leonard just got over the 28 there of Frankham. Okay, 7 sprocket girls, they make their way gingerly down that first straight, sort themselves out as they make their way into turn number 1 we go. We'll get some numbers around turn number 1, heading up towards the second straight here. Out in front though, it's the number 32, so it's Harmon out in front, so it's Harmon back to the 40 of Hardy Shields. Further back we go to the 177 of Williams, and then the 107 of Anderson. But out in front though, it's Harmon at this stage. Harmon and Hardy Shields, the top two, they've sort of pulled away from the rest of the pack. Williams is still holding down the third position. And then back to Anderson we go. Into the final corner, this is the 7 sprocket girls. This is the 2024 Oz Cycling BMX Series. Round 4 hosted by the Wynyard BMX Park. As our leader for the 7 sprockets, Harmon comes towards the line. She'll hold on to this one hopefully. Yes, Harmon held on to this one. Back to the 40 of Hardy Shields. And the 177 of Williams. Green light, gate down 9 boys, away we go. Great one by Mason on the outside. Medcraft had a good one in the middle there to start off with. Also, and Fogg. As we dive into turn number one, it's Mason and Fogg are the top two. We'll get our third place rider very shortly as they make their way up the second straight. So it's Mason, Fogg, and Height are the top three riders as they charge their way into turn number two. Further back we go, Medcraft. The 999 comes through of Allen and the 38 of Watt. But back out in front, it's Mason at this stage. Height's trying to find a way around the outside. Into turn number three we go. Oh, it's tight for second and third. Oh, they're balking each other. And Mason's pulled away from it as they charge towards the finish line. So it's going to be Mason. Height did get up to second, then back to Fogg in third. Second of the 9 boys. Away we go. Charge their way down that first straight. Farrell's on the inside. I think it's Sweet on the outside from Chaos Racing as they make their way up the second straight. Out in front. Oh, swoop round the outside. Sweet. So it's Sweet out in front. Back to Farrell. Oh, our second Chaos Racing rider of Chapman in third position. Back to field we go. And then Castle from Turbo BMX as we make our way down that third straight. Final corner. They're looking for the lunch break, these riders. But out in front, though, it's the Sweet out in front. So he's going to be Sweet, Farrell, and Chapman for the 17 to 24 women. Beams and Stewart. So it's Stewart out in front on the 46, Beams on the 23. As they make their way up the second straight, so it's still Stewart out in front from AAP Interior Linings. Back to Beams on the 23 as they make their way down that third straight, down through the rhythm section we go. So still Stewart out in front, Stewart, Beams, these are the top two for the 17 to 24 women as they make their way into turn number three. It's Stewart still holding on to the lead. Beams is right there with her as they charge towards the finish line, so it is going to be Stewart and Beams. Gate drops to the 17 to 24 men as they make their way down into turn number one we go. So Smith out in front, so Smith back to Nichols holding on to second position. Smith's holding on to third also, then back to Anderson, Lorenzen and Jordan as they make their way down that third straight we go. It's still Smith out in front, so Smith, Nichols, back to Smith, Blaine this time, back to Anderson we go, round the final corner heading towards home. So it's still Smith out in front, Nichols is holding on to second, Blaine Smith's trying to come at him, and then back to Anderson. That gives us our top four. Our top five gives us Lorenzen, and sixth gives us Jordan. 12 boys out of the go we go. Looks like it's the Chaos Racing rider of Headlam out in front. Oh, the second place, Birchall. He's got Swoop there by the Turbo BMX. They make their way up the second straight we go. So it's still Headlam out in front. But it's Turbo BMX against Chaos Racing as they make their way into turn number through two we go. Strangers holding down fourth position. Then back to Gregson. I think, no, it wasn't. It was Beach. Sorry. But out in front, though, it's still Headlam at this stage. So it's Headlam, Gregson, Birchall as they make their way up the final straight towards the finish line. I think the Chaos Racing rider's going to get it. So it's going to be Headlam. The whole shaking his head there in second place, Gregson, and then Birchall. 12 girls, here we go. This is my pick of the race for the day. It's Williams and Fielding. Round turn number one we go. Fielding always seems to be on the wrong side here as they charge their way up the second straight. It's Williams on the inside. Fielding has to go around the outside. Can she do the old switcheroo? She tries to cut back, but Williams has it covered. Back to Rockcliffe. Out in front, though, still Williams. Fielding's trying to go around the outside. Has she got enough this time? Not quite enough. She does the old switcheroo. No, she plays follow the leader. It's still Williams out in front, so it's Williams. It's Williams who hold on this one. Back to Fielding for second position for the 12 girls. Rockcliffe, then Beach. 13 girls out of the gate we go. Oh, Paget's on one side of the track. Farrell's on the other. This could be interesting into turn number one. It's Paget at this stage. Farrell's on the inside. She has to pull in the line behind her. Back to Mannion we go. Up the second straight. Still Paget out in front of 104. Back to the 119 of Farrell. The 999 of Mannion. 181 of Tuck. The 311 we go of Nelson. And then the 14 of Linnett. But our leader, Paget's out in front as they charge away into turn number three. Farrell's trying to find a way around. Paget's got it covered at this stage. Head towards the finish line. It's Paget. Farrell's coming back out. I think Paget's going to hold on. Paget, Farrell, Mannion for the 13 girls. No. 15 girls out of the gate we go. On this one, Nicholson's holding down second and back to Edmonton in third. And number one we go. On the second straight. It's Nicholson on the 107 in second. Back to Emmerton on the 45 in third. Around the turn 3, down that third straight we go. Probably the hardest straight on the track. Down through that rhythm section we go. There's still Kirkland out in front. So it's Kirkland, Nicholson, Emmerton as they charge away around turn 3, heading down the final straight for the 15 girls. So it is going to be Kirkland, Nicholson, Emmerton. 14 boys out of the gate we go. Looks like it's Blythe got the lead of this stage crew. Get it right here. So it's Blythe. You hear the tires for track. Track starts to warm up as they make their way down. Probably the coldest corner on the track now. There's still Blythe out in front. So it's Blythe, Williams, Dawson, Holness are the top 4 here for the 14 boys. But it's going to be Blythe will hold on this one. Back to Williams, Dawson and Holness. 15's out of the gate we go. Great. Man Shandon, Broomhall, Mannion, Height as they make their way round. Turn number 1 we go up the second straight. So out and rush at this rush. Man Shandon, Broomhall, Mannion, the 22 of Height. Oh, here his tyres skipping in the corner there. They charge their way down the second straight we go. So he's still out in front though. It's Rush and Beams are the top 2. Then it's the Racing team fighting over for 3rd and 4th, but it's going to be Rush, Beans, Man Shandon, Broomhall, Mannion, and 22. Drops for the 8 way we go. Think of he got the good one out of the gate. He's in the turn number 1. Round turn number 1. Up the second straight. We'll get the numbers. Yes, he's the 27 in first position. Back to Lovell, holding down second and third. Throw a blanket over Tonks and Man Shandon. Round turn number 2 we go. Still Holsner out in front. Holsner, Lovell, the top 2 as they make their way down that third straight, down through the rhythm section. I think Tonks has moved up into third. Man Shandon's holding down 4th. Around the final corner we go. It's still the 27 of Holsner out in front. That's Holsner. Holsner back to Lovell. They're the top 2. That's how it's going to finish. Then Man Shandon's moved up to 3rd. So it's Man Shandon should hold on to 3rd. Then back to Tonks for the 8 boys. 9 girls already into turn number 1 to hold. It's Burgess out in front. She's hit the afterburner down that start hill. She's gone as they make their way up into turn number 2. So it's Burgess out in front. Burgess, then it's back to Gregson on the 230 we go. The number 12 of O'Connor and then Ellis as they make their way round turn number 2 down the third straight. Leader Burgess, she's already down into turn number 1. She's heading down to a support crowd hanging over the fence there. As we make our way up the final straight, you can hear the Burgess cheer squad going off down there. As we make our way over to the finish line. So it is in position. Back to third of O'Connor and then Ellis. 11 girls into turn number 1. Oh, Emmerton gets them. The drag races on. Oh, rubbing elbows. Rubbing. Oh, the 5-1-3 of Jenkins. Jenkins, Emmerton, Carroll, all but rubbing elbows up the second straight. There's lots of giggling happening too. As they make their way down that third straight, there's still Jenkins out in front. So I think she enjoyed her reward. I think she had a Powerade in that between the second and third motos there. Oh, here we go. A bit of Robbins racing, as they say. In front, Carroll's coming. Jenkins is in the middle. Oh, it's going to be Emmerton, Carroll, Jenkins. Throw a blanket over the top 3 there for the 11 girls. Already into turn number 1. I think it's all that last round. That's the 11 boys. Hall out in front, so it's Hall. Back to Payton holding down second. The 102 is Strange, then Lehman. As they make their way down the third straight, down through that rhythm section, they put their way down there. So it's still Hall out in front. Hall, Payton, Strange, Lehman are the top 4 for the 11 boys here. Around the final corner we go, heading down the final. So it's still Showboat to the crowd there. No Showboat until you cross the line. Now he can showboat, so it's Hall over the line. Payton will get into second. Strange to third and Lehman 4th for the 11 boys. Butterworth. Man Shannon's holding down second. Meadcraft, Savage as they make their way up into turn number 2. So it is Butterworth still out in front. So it's Butterworth, Man Shannon, Meadcraft in a bit of no man's land and Savage trying to give chase. as they make their way down to the third corner we go. There's still Butterworth. Man Shannon got a good corner of this one. He's challenging. It could be time line. Butterworth's got a bit more leg speed, so it is going to be Butterworth. Man Shannon. Medcraft had a good ride in that one. Back to Savage. Masters already in turn number 1. Who's out in front? None other than the youngest master out there, young Ellis, as he charges his way up the second straight. Then it's back to French, Emerton. Oh, Broomhall's up there in this one. Burgess and Kingston as they make their way round turn number 3. Our leader is still Ellis out in front. So it's Ellis, French, Emerton, the top 3 here for the Masters. They charge towards the finish line. So it is going to be Ellis will hold on to this one. So Ellis, French, Emerton. Oh, Kingston's moved up to 4th. Broomhall's run out of energy. Burgess has got nothing left in this one. Okay, Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. Let's back the pace off a little bit, but not the intensity. 2 riders, bigger wheel size though. Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. That's Mason out in front. He's been off to the US as well recently. Then back to Castle from Turbo BMX. Out in front does the ace race rider Mason as he charges his way down through that rhythm section. Dropping down into turn number 3, so it's ace race against Turbo BMX in this one. Round the final corner we go. It's Mason and Castle, top 2. That's going to be the finishing order for the Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. Gate drops to the Cruiser 15 to 16 girls. Oh, the Turbo BMX race this one is. So it's Williams and Tuck as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. So it's Turbo BMX in first, Turbo BMX in second. So it's Williams and Tuck as they make their way up the second straight we go. So it's Williams. She's got a nice bit of a lead this day over Tuck as they charge their way into turn number 2. I think Tuck's just enjoying the sport of BMX racing. Huge smile under that helmet as they charge their way down that third straight down through the rhythm section. Our leaders coming around the final corner. So it's Williams out in front of this one. So it's going to be Williams and Tuck for the Cruiser 15 to 16 girls. Gate down for the Cruiser 35 plus. Oh, we've lost another one in this one as they charge their way down into turn number 1 we go. It's Oxley, Emerton and Lorenzen as they make our way up the second straight. Oxley's got Emerton covered at this stage. Lorenzen's doing double duties I think here today. Around turn number 2 we go. So still Oxley with the Pato Racing. Back to MO Racing of Emerton. There we go. And back to Lorenzen Racing. Lorenzen as they make their way down to turn number 3 we go. So still Oxley out in front as he makes his way over the last couple of jumps. I don't think Emerton's got anything left in the tank for this one. He's looking forward to the lunch break. So it is Oxley, Emerton, Lorenzen. Cruiser the 35 plus women. Oh, there's some skidding to some breaks down the start hill. Our leader, that'll be Farrell out in front. She's had the turbo engaged. She charged the way down that first hill. The afterburners, she can turn them off now as he cruises away up the second straight. So it is Farrell out in front of the 21. She's the queen of the cruisers here today. Back to the 54 we go. Devil, she's moved up. I think she looks more nervous than a mouse in biology class, the way she come around the corner there. Back to Sweet we go. And Jordan, our leader, Farrell, she's down round turn number 3, heading towards the finish line. She's looking forward to getting back to a support base there at the Launceston BMX Club and also having a bite to eat. So it is Farrell over the line first. The queen of the cruisers here today. Here comes our 54, it's Deverell. She'll go back and have a sit down and she was all shakes there. Back to the 42 of Sweet and then Jordan. Okay, the super class women out of the gate we go. So it's Oxley out in front. So it's Oxley back to Stuart, then Beams. They charge their way up the second straight we go. So it's Oxley on the 23 out in front. Back to Stewart on the 46. Back to Beams on the 23. As they make their way down the third straight, still Oxley out in front. She's all action out there in front there. She's all business. Oh, here comes Stewart up the inside. Oh, Oxley got pushed wide. Now the drag is on. Oxley, Stewart. Oxley's just got enough. I think it's going to be Oxley over the line. Oxley, Stewart, Beams. Okay, super class now. Quiet, please. Shh. Gate down away we go for the third motor of the super class. Griffith's got a great one on the inside. French in the middle. Oxley's got been caught on the outside. Down in front as Griffith, French, Oxley, low. Smith as they make their way up into turn number 2. Griffiths up the inside. Oh, there's some skid and some breaks there as they make their way down the third straight. We go. So it's Griffiths out in front. Griffith, French, Ox as they make their way into turn number 3. We go round the corner. Third motor here for the Superclass men coming towards the finish line. It's going to be Griffiths wild on this one. Griffith, French, Oxley, Smith, and Lowe.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Final race for the third motor junior Superclass. Out of the gate we go. Phillips in the middle there. Rush is trying to come across. I think Phillips will get into turn number 1 in first position. He does. So it's Phillips, Rush, Manshandon, Broomhall as they make their way up. We go. Back to Rush. The Prophecy Racing crew of Manshandon and Broomhall back to, think it was Williams in there. We go round the final corner heading up towards the finish line. So it is Phillips at this stage. Oh, a bit out of control on this one. Phillips. That brings us to the lunch break. We'll see you back in a minute time. Okay, riders, it's that time of the afternoon. We'll ask all riders to make their way down to the staging area, please. All officials at your official spots. Let's get underway racing here for round 24 Oz Cycling BMX Series here at the Wynyard BMX Park.
Righto, don't forget today we've got our Saturday raffle prize. This prize is $100 Lux BMX voucher. Second prize is a kids picnic table, an 8-ball table. The third prize being a Firebird beanie and t-shirt. Tickets available $2 each or 3 for $5. See Britt, Di, they're floating around. Floating around with the purple puffer jacket on, see her over there. Feel free to purchase from Britt or Di.
You doing side?
Okay, race fans, this is the 2024 Oz Cycling BMX Series, round 4 here at the Wynyard BMX Park. Hopefully everyone had a good bite to eat, a quick drink there. We'll get underway racing very shortly, so we're asking all our mini wheelers to make your way to your start position. All other riders down into staging, please. All officials at your official spots. As our officials make their way out there. Just want to do a big thank you to our officials all the way from our official, turn number 2 official, and our medical crew. Number 3 official, and Muzz. And then our finish line officials in there doing a great job trying to control printers, paperwork, that sort of thing. And the crowd here today making today's racing the little event it is. Also a reminder to the and a big shout out to Mr. Beams. That's and a big shout out to the riders. Also, don't forget when you're riding around the track to smile for them. There's a couple of photographers out there taking some great photos. If you think you've got a good photo of yourself, contact Mr. Barry. He'll be able to point you in the right direction on where to find the photos.
Oh no, we've got our mini wheelers. We've got Koa. We've got Esme. We've got Cooper. And we've got Aston. And over the back, we've got our mini pros with Bronte. Riders are set. And they're off. Aston charges out of the gate hard with Cooper, Koa, and Esme chasing him down pretty hard. And then our mini wheeler pros over the back there with Bronte and Amelia. Doing a great job on those big bikes with those little legs. A slight overcooking on one of those berms from Amelia, but she's got back on the bike and charging down the hill, doing a great job. These are our 2 to 5 year old riders with Aston bringing home the 1 spot on the ballast bikes. With Esme coming in for 2. It'll be neck and neck between Cooper and Koa back there having another union meeting again. Seems to be coming out of turn 3, it's a spot for it. That's Bronte coming in on the mini wheeler pros. Looks like committee's decided Koa and Cooper away with Koa. Doing a great job there, and Cooper. And Amelia doing a wonderful job on the mini wheeler pros. Right, up next are under 5 Sparkle boys.
Under 5's out of the gate we go. Well, we've got 1 out of the gate. Is he going to come? Okay. A bit of a stagger start. Let's call him as we see him. So it's Dan out in front at this stage. So it's Dan. I think it's Williams in second. Williams has now moved up. Oh, here we go. The 127 Kingston's out of the gate from Chaos Racing. Anyway, we'll make our way up the second straight we go. The 28. So Williams was looking sideways. No, here comes the 127 of Kingston. But anyway, keep race. Eyes forward. So it's Williams out in front. Dan's, he's got the race face on there. The legs are fair pumping there. The 32 of Richardson Coker comes through. Here comes the 127. He's got the mirrored goggles on there to keep the sun out of his eyes. He makes his way down to the shadows there of turn number 3. But out in front, though, it's still the 28 of Williams at this stage. So it's Williams, Dan. Oh, here comes Kingston's up to third. He's up to second. Then further back we go to Richardson Coker. The race is onto the finish line now. It's Williams out in front. Here comes Kingston at him. It's going to be tight on the line. Here we go. It's still Williams. Here comes Kingston. Oh, Kingston gets him within sight of the line. So it is Kingston, Williams, then back to Mason, Richardson Coker. Okay, the 6 Sprocket boys are out of the gate now. Oh, a bit of got a bit of sideways action happening there. But out in front, there's the Chaos Racing on the number 19. It's Chapman as he makes his way up the second straight. Here goes Chapman with that cheeky grin happening underneath that helmet. Back to the Earp on the 125. Further back we go. The number 20's coming through. Oh, Hadalt's right in there. There comes through Tuck. Then the number 22. Oh, Benjamin, sorry. Then the 22 of Hadalt. As we make our way down to turn number 3, it's still Chapman out in front. Earp's coming back at him. Here we go. The race is on. Chapman, Earp, Chapman. The drag race. Crankford on the line we go. Oh, Chapman on the line. Here he comes. I think it is. That's Benjamin over the full gate of 7 sprockets out of the gate we go. Great drive to start off with by the 1, 2, 3 Robinson. On the outside of him, it'll be Mason. Then we go back to Leonard, the top 3 protagonists in the 7 sprockets all day today. Around turn number 1 we go. Up the second straight. Mason's trying to make a move. Oh, Robinson's got a bit of freestyle in action happening there. Oh, he's still struggling. As we make our way into turn number 2 we go. So now in front. Leonard, third place rider, will get him very shortly. Down the third straight, it's Mason out in front. So it's Mason back to Leonard. I missed our third place rider now. I'm sorry on that. I'll get the number very shortly. Around the turn number 3, we go heading towards the finish line. So it is going to be Mason will hold on to first position. This one, Leonard should hold on to second. And our third place rider is the number 28 of Frankham. There we go, our 1, 2, 3 Robinson. He's picked himself up. He was doing some freestyling down the second straight. First aid checked him out. And he's making his way down to turn number 3. Can we just ask first aid come back up to turn 2, please? Here we go, here comes Robinson over the finish line now. Oh, he's a little bit angry, I think, but he's going to get over the line and pick up some points here today. Seven Sprocket girls out of the gate we go. I think they've all come out of the gate. Great to see as we work our way up through the age groups here. We've got Hardy, Shields, Harmon, Anderson and Williams, I think, in this one as they make their way around. Turn number 1 we'll go. We'll get who's in the lead here very shortly. I think it's the 32. So it'll be Harmon out in front. She got the whole shot out of the gate. She's held onto it. So it's Harmon. Then it's back to Hardy, Shields, other top 2. Further back we go. Back the 177, that'll be Williams in there. Then the 107 of Anderson. Anderson's definitely got a big smile under that helmet. Back to the front though, it's Harmon and Hardy Shields. They're the top 2 going at it here in the 7 Sprocket girls. Heading into the final corner there. Come around there in the shade, line themselves up and head back towards the sunshine. So it's Harmon, Hardy Shields are the top 2 as we make the way towards the finish line for the 7 Sprocket girls. So it is going to be Harmon, Hardy Shields, Williams and then Anderson. Okay, the next one up is our first of our 9 boys. As I said, they're racing to get into a final. This is their last chance to make it into that final, which will be the 5th and final moto today. Gate down, way we go. Great one by Mason there. Got a great drive out of the gate as they make his way down that first straight we go. He's got a bit of a gap over the rest of the field. We'll sort this rest out very shortly. Around turn number 1 we go. So it's Mason charging his way up the second straight here. In second position go. Looks like it's the number 11. That'll be Chapman there from Chaos Racing. Back to the height in third position as they make our way down that third straight we go. So still Mason out in front. It's Mason, Chapman and Height, the other top three as they make their way into the turn number 3. Around the final corner we go. Mason's got his head down. He's trying to get a time here to get a good gate pick, I reckon. Over the line we go. So it's going to be Mason, Chapman, Height and Farrell, the top 4 for the first of the 9 boys. Second of the 9 boys, way we go out of the gate. It's fielded this in first position. Fields in second. So it's Fogg and Field, the top 2. As we make our way up the second straight, we go. We get the rest very shortly as we come up into turn number 2. So it is Fogg on the 515. Back to Field on the 21. Third position's the 168 of Castle. Make our way around turn number 2. Down that third straight we go, down through the rhythm section. It's still Fogg out in front, so it's Fogg and Field, the other top 2, and then back to Castle, gives us our top 3 for the 9 boys. Around the final corner we go, head towards home. It is still Fogg out in front, so it's going to be Fogg, Field and Castle. Should be the top 3 for the second heat of the 9 boys. Out of the gate now, race 92, 17 to 24 women, so it's Stewart and Bean, so it's 46 against 23 as they make their way up the second straight we go. So it's still Stewart out in front. Comes around there on the chase, back to the, I can't pick the second bike of Beams, that's all right though. So Stewart and Beams, oh here comes Stewart trying to make the move. Has she got enough? Or is Stewart going to close it down? Slams the door shut on her face there as he makes her way around the final corner, head towards home. Stewart's going to hold on to this one, so it's going to be Stewart and Beams. Drops now for the 17 to 24 men here. Away we go. Oh, throw a blanket over the top 4 in this one. 2 Smiths, Anderson and a Nichols as we make our way around turn number 1 we go. Up the second straight we go. So it's Smith out in front. Again, back to the 29 of Smith, the 92 of Anderson, the 30 of Lorenzen. We come through in the 309 of Jordan. But back out in front, there's Smith at this stage. So Smith, Nichols, Smith, Anderson, the top 4. Around the final cut, I can hear Nichols hard on the brakes. He needs to go and see Bendex, I think, as they come towards the finish line. So it's going to be Smith, Nichols, Smith and Anderson. The 12 boys, here we go. Make their way down that first straight. I think it's Birchall on the Chaos Racing on the inside. He's got the lead at this stage and make our way. It could be Gregson in the middle. Oh, Headlam will sort it out here in a second. Oh, side by side, here we go. So it is Gregson, Headland, Birchall, the top 3 as they make their way around turn number 1. It's the Turbo BMX against the Chaos squad here. As they make our way down the third straight we go. It's Gregson on the inside. He's got the preferred racing line. Headlam's right in there. Birchall's going up high to try and do the old switcheroo. Don't think he's got it quite enough. Here, Headlam's trying to dig deep. You can see the head bobbing. But Gregson at this stage. Gregson will hold on this one. Gregson, Headlam, Birchall. 12 girls, here we go. Out of the gate is on the out. Williams on the inside. Goes up high, has to push Fielding. We go. There's still Williams out in front. Fielding's right. Rockcliffe and Beach as it charges their way down the third straight. Fielding's right in there. Can she dive up the inside? Oh no, slammed the door shut. Oh, Fielding went high on that one, try and get the drop. Chance in this one is going to be Williams will hold on to this one. Williams, Fielding, Rockcliffe and Beach. 13 girls out of the gate we go. Here we go. Farrell and Paget, these two have gone at it all day. Oh, Paget a little bit loose there, but she's got it back under control. He's diving to turn number 1. That race lines, they charge out of 2, out of 1, up 2 we go. So it's Paget, Farrell, Mannion. You can see Farrell's right in there trying to find the line. Mannion's trying to think, how can I get closer? Back to Tuck, just enjoying the racing of BMXing. Then we go back to the 311 of Nilsson and Linnett we go. But back out in front is still Paget at this stage. It's Paget. Farrell's trying to go around the long way. As they charge towards the finish line, it's going to be Paget at this stage. Farrell's coming back at her on the line. I think it was Paget just going by me, but I'll leave that one to the transponders. I know Mannion got third. 15 girls, here we go. Kirkland's on the outside, Nicholson's on the inside, recovering from knee injury. As they make our way down to turn number 1. That's Kirkland out in front, Nicholson on the 107, then back to Emmerton on the 45. Charge away up the second straight we go. Into turn number 2 we go, still Kirkland out in front, Kirkland back to Nicholson, then Emerton, they charge their way down the third straight, down through the rhythm section we go. They pump their way down through there. It's still Kirkland out in front. It's Kirkland followed by Nicholson and Emerton. They charge their way into turn number 3 we go. 15 girls. This is race 97. As we charge towards the finish line, it's going to be Kirkland, Nicholson and Emerton. 14 boys out of the gate we go. Great one by Blythe. Williams has gone with him in this one. Could be interesting into turn number 1. Wholeness. As you come into turn number 1, it's Blythe out in front. Blythe, Williams. Oh, Williams is trying to jump his way into the lead, trying to close down the gap. Great style there. Back to Dawson and Holzner. As we make our way down the third straight we go. Still Blythe on the 496. Back to Williams on the 1T. 880 gives us Dawson. The 200 gives us Holness. Into turn number 3 we go. Oh, Williams was right there. Couldn't quite make a move, but it's going to be Blythe. We'll hold on to this one. Oh, has Williams got anything? No, it's going to be Blythe, Williams, Dawson, Holness for the 14 boys. 15's out of the gate we go. Oh, Rush is in a rush in this one. He's charging the lead. Is into turn number 1. Broom in there. Might have got a bit squeezed on the inside. Beams round the outside. Charge up the second straight we go. So it's Rush, Beams. Broomhall back to Man Shannon. The 22 comes through. That'll be Height. As we make our way down the third straight we go. It's still Rush out in front. So it's Rush, Beams, Broomhall, Man Shannon, Height, Mannion as they make their way down the final straight. Rush is going to hold on to this one. Oh! I think it was Rush, Beams, Broomhall, Man Shannon. That got tight. 8 boys, way we go. Into turn number 1. I think it's Holzner around front. It's so Lovell, Tonks and Man Shandon as they make our way up into turn number 2 we go. Round 2 down the third straight we go. So it's Holzner still out in front. Holzner, Lovell, Tonks, Man Shandon as they make their way down into turn number 3. As they dive into the corner we go. Down in the shade there. Back towards the sunshine. Come up towards the line. So it is going to be Holzner will hold on to this one. So it's Lovell, Man Shandon. Tonks are having a go at it. On the line, who's going to be Man Shandon? No, it's going to be Tonks on the line. Then back to Man Shandon. 9 girls out of the way we go. So after Burners have been on there, there'll be Burgess out in front. So Burgess, hopefully the support crew are cheering for her loud and proud down there. Can't see any arms in the air yet. But anyway, it's out in front. So it's Burgess. Back to O'Connor, holding down second position. Back to the 230 of Gregson. And then Ellis as you make your way through the rhythm section. Down into the shadows there. Down towards hometown there for Burgess. The Launceston BMX Club. I'm sure they'll be all up the fence there. Cheering on their local riders. They make their way up the finish straight we go. So it's Burgess out in front. Come on. Put 2 hands together. Come towards the finish line. Great to see Launceston supporting their riders there. Then back to O'Connor we go. Oh, got tight on the line there with Gregson and then Ellis. Okay, the 11 girls out of the gate we go. It's going to be tied into turn number 1. I think it's Carroll's got this one. Yeah, Carroll swooped up the inside there, pulled that nice racing line. To Emerton we go. Then back to Jenkins, the top 3. Further back we go, got the 120. That'll be Eves in there, then the 113 of Ross. But back out in front, it's Carroll at this stage. Carroll, Emerton, Jenkins are the top 3 here for the 11 girls. They charge their way down into turn number 3 we go. Around the final corner. That's Carroll still in front. It's great to see the Savage family cheering on the Launceston riders who come towards the line. So it's going to be Carroll, Emerton and Jenkins. 11 boys out of the gate we go. He's hauled his way up to the front. No doubt. He's into the front. So Hall's in the drive into turn number 1 we go. He's got that beast fair bucking as he makes his way down to turn number 1. Up the second straight we go. Up and over the jump street into turn 2. So it's still Hall out in front. So it's Hall. Payton in second position. Back to the 102 of Strange. And then the 804 of Lehman. As we go, make our way down that third straight we go. It's Hall out in front. He's comfortable lead at this stage. It's getting tight in for second position between Payton and Strange there. As he come around the final corner. Strange takes the move. Oh, he pulls up the second place. Payton's pushed back. Payton's going to fight back. But it's going to be Hall's going to hold on to this one. That's Hall. Strange could hold on to second position. Then back to Payton and Lehman. 13 boys, gates down, way we go. Man Shannon got a great gate in this one. Butterworth is caught napping on the outside. Savage is in third, then back to Medcraft we go. Into turn number 1. It's Man Shandon. Oh, Medcraft's up to second. Now Butterworth is up to second. As we make our way up the second straight, we go starts Man Shandon out in front of the Prophecy there. Back to the Prophecy right of the Academy of Butterworth. Then Savage and Medcraft as they charge their way down the third straight we go. So it is Man Shandon out in front. Man Shandon, Butterworth, Savage, Medcraft, the top four there for the 13 boys as we make our way to the finish line. So Man Shandon's going to hold on to this one. Back to Butterworth, Savage and Medcraft. The Masters out of the gate. French got a great initial jump there. Ellis pulled second gear and slightly pulled away from it. So it's Ellis, French, Emerton, Broomhall, Kingston, Burgess as they come up the second into turn two. Ellis, French, Emerton, the top three is for the Masters as they make their way round turn three down the turn two down the third straight we go. So it's still Ellis out in front. So he's got a clean set of hills. This will be 4 from 4 if he holds on. So it's going to be Ellis, French, Emerton as they make their way to the finish line. So it is going to be Ellis, French and Emerton from MO Racing. Broomhall's coming through. Burgess is digging deep in this one. Oh, Burgess and Kingston nearly a dead tie from the commentary box. Okay, let's knock it back down a little bit, but up into real size. Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. Oh, Mason's just trying to save rubber here today, just jumping everything. I can see Dad having a bit of a heart attack thinking of those wheels there. As they make our way down the third straight there, it's Ace Racing out in front, so Mason there. And then into turn number 3 we go. Oh, Castle almost slipped the pedal there. Mason's still out in front, those charges his way towards the finish line, so it is going to be Mason and Castle for the Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. Cruiser 15 to 16 girls, here we go. Oh, this is the Turbo BMX sponsored race, this one nearly. It's Williams out in front, then it's back to Tuck we go. These riders are riding double duties as they make their way round turn number 1 up the second straight we go. So it's still Williams out in front, so it's Williams, Tuck, the other top two here for the Cruiser 15 to 16 girls. Round turn number 2 we go. Here comes Tuck, huge smile under that helmet, loving the racing she is. As they make her way down that third straight, it's still Williams out in front. Mini wheelers to staging, please. Mini wheelers to staging. Cruiser 35 to 39 as they make their way down the... We've got the race sheets of Moto 5 already. Okay, Cruiser 35 plus, here we go. We're into turn number 1. It's Eminent here, must have had a great snooze there during the lunch break as he charges away up the second straight. So it's Eminent, Oxley, top 2, Lorenzen and Jordan. They make their way down the third straight we go. So it's the oldest racer here today, I think, Eminent. They make their way down to turn number 3 we go, so it's Eminent. Oxley's trying to find a way around the outside. Can he do the old switcheroo? No. Eminent has a crafty little race line down there. Here we go to the finish line. Oxley did. Oh, Oxley just on the line. Emerton, Lorenzen and Jordan. Okay, Cruiser 35 plus women. Here we go. Here comes the queen of the Cruiser class here today, none other than Farrell. She's turned the afterburners off. Here we go. This is the race here. The number 42. That's sweet in there. Deverell and Jordan. I did hear actually at the lunch break, this is Sweet's first time out on the track today, so she's doing a fantastic job. Deverell's right in there. The race is on. But here comes the queen of the Cruiser class here today. Farrell out in the front with a 21. She cruised home. She's got it all wrapped up. But here we go. The race is on between Sweet and Deverell. And who's going to get this one? It's Sweet at this stage. I don't think either of them got any legs left. But it's Sweet. Back to Deverell. And then Jordan. Someone might want to grab these riders as they get to the finish line there. Hold them upright. I don't think they've got any legs left. Okay, Superclass women. Here we go. Great start there by Stewart at this stage. Oxley's into second place, then back to Beams. Here comes the drag race up the second straight. It's still Stewart on the 46 from AAP Interior Linings. Back to Oxley on the crisp there. And then Beams as they make her way down the third straight. It's still Stewart at this stage. Down into turn number 3. Down towards the corporate tent for the AAP Interior Linings. As we make our way around the final corner, heading towards home. It's still Stewart out in front. Stewart, Oxley, Beams for the Superclass women. Gate down way we go, Superclass men. Great one initially there by Griffiths. Going to get tied into turn number one. He moves over to that ringside racing line. Round turn number one we go. It's Griffiths. Oxley's in second position. French is in third, back to Smith and Lowe. As we go into turn number two we go. It's Griffiths out in front. So Griffith, Oxley, French are the top three here for the Superclass. They charge their way down to turn number three we go. Round the final corner. Here's the drag races on. Out in front, they're still Griffiths at this stage. That's Griffiths should hold on this one. It's Griffiths, Oxley, French, Smith and Lowe. Our last race for moto number 4, race number 112, the Junior Superclass. Boom, we go for the Junior Superclass. Rush got an initial jump there. Phillips has gone with him as they make their way down to turn number 1. It's Rush at this stage. Rush, Phillips is right there with him. Oh, gave Rush some racing room. Great to see as they charge their way up the second straight. So it's Rush, Phillips, man, Shannon's in there. Williams, Broomhall. That's the way. It's Blythe, I think it was. Then back to Mannion. Down to turn number 3 we go. So it's Rush out in front. So it's Rush. Phillips are the top 2. Back to Man Shannon gives us the top 3. Here, Junior Superclass. Oh, Rush pedaling even in. Back Man Shannon, Williams, Broomhall, Blythe, and Mannion. That brings us. The last chance to see some riders out in the. This is where we need to get.
I know we've got our mini wheelers. These are our 2 to 5 year olds. We've got Omni balance bikes. We've got Koa. We've got Cooper. We've got Aston. And we've got Esme. Give them a big round of applause. This is our last race for the day. It's a long way for these little legs. And over the back there, we've got our mini wheeler pros. We've got Bronte and Amelia. Flag drops. Aston's another 5 out of 5 start for today. In a biffo with Cooper and Koa. So they're having a blast. So we're gonna looks like we head 4 ways into turn 3. Oh, a bit of a right. It's made for one spot. We got a great big smile on the face. So look at that. One spot for Esme. Oh, we got Aston and Koa for the 2 and the 3 spot. With Cooper doing a great job there, wrestling that bike up over those jumps, onto the finish straight. We'll bring it over pretty strong. And our mini wheeler pros with Bronte. And that's Amelia on the Mini Wheeler Pro. Give her a big round of applause. That's our Mini Wheelers and Mini Wheeler Pros for today. Now we've got our under 5 Sprocket boys.
Here we go, the under 5s. Off the gate we go. That's Dan at this stage. He's got the lead. Then we go back to the 28. I reckon it's Williams. Here comes Williams around the outside. But off the gate, though, Kingston. He's going to close down the gap. The 32, Richardson Coker. Has it make away? Oh! That was tight. That's talk about squeezing that inside line there. Here we go. Kingston's got the speed wound up. The 28 comes through Williams. So it's going to be Kingston, Williams. Dan, he's been rattled. He got a bit rattled in that one, the 32, Richardson Coker. A bit out in front, that's the 127 of Kingston. He's got the race pace. He come out of the gate. He's got the turbos wound up here today as they make their way down to turn number 3 we go. So out in front, though, is Richardson Coker. They're the top 4 here for the under 5 Sprocket boys. They charge towards the finish line. See these riders. Let's make some noise. 2 hands clapping, please. So it's Kingston over the line. In second position, we're going to have the 28 of Williams. Here we go, the top. We'll call the top 4 as they come over the lines. Then we're going to do the raffle draw. So Dan's holding on to third at this stage. Richardson Coker's right there with him. Here comes Dan. Let's keep those 2 hands clapping together. Here comes young Dan over the line. And then Richardson Coker. Okay. Okay, first prize, $100 Lux BMX voucher. So if you've got an orange ticket, G04, orange G04. If that's your ticket, you got 30 seconds, otherwise I claim the prize. Then you're going to go and see Nan. Everyone knows who Nan is. Diane, so go down and see G04 is first prize. Okay. Picnic table. Apricot ticket, not orange, it's apricot. X73. Apricot. Bird. So, B28, grey, B28. So you got, as I claim it. No, you're. Support the club here today with a raffle. Let's get back to racing. Go 6 sprockets out of the gate. Out front, it's Earp at this stage, the 125. The 19's going with him from Chaos Racing of Chapman. They've gone to turn. Round 1 we go. Straight out in front. Number 19. So Chapman, Earp. Then we go back to the 20. Benjamin from Southern. The crowd who are going to start putting 2 hands together as they come towards the finish line. It's Chapman and Earp at this stage. Earp's coming back at him. Chapman should hold on. So Chapman, Earp. And the third position should be Benjamin. We need a bit more enthusiastic clapping their crowd as we go through these races. Seven sprockets out of the gate we go. Mason got the whole shot on this one. Mason, Leonard, Riley, they're the top 3 at this stage as they charge their way down that first straight. Round turn number 1 we go. It's Mason out in front, so it's Mason. He's got the lead at this stage. Who's holding down second? Oh, Riley's got second. Leonard's coming at him as they make their way up to turn number 2 we go. So it's Mason out in front. Leonard, on the inside. Robinson stole second place there momentarily as they make their way down the third straight. So it's Mason, Leonard, Robinson, the other top 3 as they charge their way down into turn number 3. Around the corner we go. So it's Mason who should get this one. So it's Mason will hold on for this one. Oh, Robinson, he's carving through the field. He's up to second. Leonard got anything left, but it's going to be Mason, Robinson, Leonard, Riley for the 7 sprocket boys. Sprocket girls out of the gate we go. Great job there initially by Hardy Shields as they make their way down the first straight we go. As Hardy Shields out in front. I reckon it's Harmon in second position as they make their way down to turn number 1, down to the shadows there. The sun's in a spot to see. As we come out of turn number 1 we go. So it's Hardy Shields out in front as they make their way up the second straight. Hardy Shields then back to Harmon. The other top two will get our third place rider very shortly. Into turn number 2 we go. So it's the number 40, so it's Hardy Shields back to the 32 Harmon. The 177 comes through Williams, then back to the 107 of Anderson. But out in front of us, Hardy Shields at this stage, he charges. Harmon's right there with her. As they make our way into turn number 3 we go. Remember, the sounds of two hands clapping as they come down this final straight. You see the line. So finish line. Back to Harmon, Williams, and then Anderson. Cruiser 11 to 12 boys out of the line. Whoa, here we go. Dad nearly had a heart attack watching that one. As he makes his way down to turn number 1, it's the ace race rider Mason out in front. Then back to the Turbo BMX we go. Oh, Mason, he's trying to save rubber here for the next race tomorrow. And turn number, so it's way round to turn number 2. He's going to jump everything inside, I think, Mason at this stage. Oh, he's going to manual through there. Putting on a bit of a masterclass on the little cruiser. Around turn number 3 we go. So it's Mason out in front, back to Carl. So they charge towards the finish line. So it's Ace racing against Turbo BMX. Over the finish line we're going to go for Mason for the Cruiser 11 to 12 boys. 17 to 24 women out of the gate we go. Oh, Beam's got a great one out of the gate. The AAP interior lining. Stewart must have had a bit of a problem on the gate as they make their way down to turn number 1 we go. So it's Beams out in front. Stewart's holding down second position. They charge their way up the second straight into turn number 2. It's Beams out in front of the 23. Back to Stewart on the 46. Round we go. Down line up for the third straight. Here we go. So it's still Beams out in front. So it's Beams. Stewart, I think Stewart might have a bit of a problem there. She's just going to get cruising round. So it's Beams out in front for the 17 to 24 women. So it's going to be Beams. Then back to Stewart. Gate down 17 to 24 men. Away we go. Oh, Nichols got a great one out of the gate. This one on the 420. Back to Smith. That's Blaine in this one. Anderson holding down third. Lorenzen as they make their way up the second straight we go. So Nichols out in front as they make their way into turn number 2 we go. So it's Nichols, Smith, Anderson, Smith, Lorenzen, Jordan keeping it upright. Great to see as they make their way down the third straight. It's Nichols out in front. So it's Nichols, Smith, Blaine that is. Back to Anderson. Down the final straight. It's the 420 of Nichols. Oh, he's showboating the crowd. He's enjoying this win. Yes, hand in the air now. The squealy breaks. Yep. So it's Nichols, Smith, Anderson. "12 girls out of the gate we go. Here we go. Fielding's on the inside this time of Williams is on the outside. Let's see what this does. Into turn number 1 we go. Oh, Williams cuts through on the inside and got that first position back. So it's now Williams fielding it, make their way into turn number 2 we go. Williams fielding, that's the top 2. Back to Rockcliffe and Beach. Round 2, down 3 we go. Down through the rhythm sections, the Turbo BMX rider of Williams still out in front. So it's Williams fielding the other top 2. Back to Rockcliffe and Beach. As we make our way towards the finish line for the 12 girls, it is going to be Williams fielding Rockcliffe and Beach. 13 girls out of the gate we go. Oh, here we go. So it's the Paget and Farrell show again. Into turn number 1. Paget's on the inside. Farrell's on the outside. Round 1 we go. Mannion's holding down that third position as she has done all day as we charge up the second straight. It's Paget still out in front. Farrell's holding down second. Back to Mannion. Tuck. Nelson and Linnett as our leaders make their way down the third straight. Farrell's trying to go the long way around the outside. Paget's holding down the inside. Oh, no room for Farrell to cut back down as they come towards the finish line. Paget's going to hold on to this one. Paget, Farrell and Mannion, top three for the 13 girls.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
15 girls out of the gate we go. Great drive initiative by Kirkland, Nicholson and Emerton, the top three for the 15 girls. They charge away into turn number one. We go up the second straight. It's still Kirkland out in front. Kirkland, Nicholson, Emerton are the top three as they charge away. Round two, 33, 107, 45 as they make their way down that third straight, down through the rhythm section we go. Into turn number three. Big shout out to the officials down there on turn number three, but in the shade all day. Round three we go towards the finish line. It's going to be Kirkland, Nicholson and Emerton for the 15 girls.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
14 boys, sorry, out of the gate we go. So it's Blythe got the great hole shot at this one. Williams is into turn number one we go. So out in front is Blythe. Oh, Dawson's trying to fight up into the higher position there, but it's Blythe still out in front. So it's Blythe, Williams, Dawson, Holness as they come down that third straight. We go down through the rhythm section. There's still Blythe. This Williams is trying to find that move around the outside. Dawson's is trying to close down the gap there. Around turn number three we go, heading towards the finish line. Out in front though, it's Blythe at this stage. So it's Blythe, Williams, Dawson and Holness.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
Righto, just a quick update. If you're a participation class, so sprockets and mini wheelers, don't forget we'll do a presentation for the medallions at the end of the superclass races. So if you want a medallion, stick around till the end of the superclass, and if you're a participation class, you'll get one of those. So thank you.
That's the 15s, tear down the third straight we go. So it's Rush out in front, Rush, Beams. Man Shannon, the top three here for the 15s. Round the final corner we go, heading towards home. Rush is going to hold on to this one. Oh, here comes Beams at him though. It's going to be tight on the line. That into the transponders, but it's Man Shannon, Hall. Anyone got little hands that fit into a black fist gloves? We just found a pair on the ground up here. Come and see the registration box to claim them, please. 8 boys out of the gate we go as they make their way up the second straight. Out in front of us, the 27 of Holsner. Then back to Lovell, Tonks, Man Shandon as they make their way down the third straight we go. It's a tight race for second and third and fourth there. But out in front of us, the 27 of Holsner. It's Holsner out in front. So it's Holsner, Lovell though, the top two. Oh, Man Shannon takes the inside move. Tonks fights back, but out in front though, it's Holsner at this stage. It's going to be Holsner, Lovell. Tonks will hold on to third, then back to Man Shandon. Nine girls. Round turn number one we go. So it's Burgess out in front. She's racing times today. She's got the race face on. No smiles, no tongue. She's all action there today. So it's out in front. So it is Burgess. Back to Gregson. O'Connor and Ellis now found him on the sheet. Rear we go, down the third straight we go. So it's Burgess out in front. Burgess, Gregson, O'Connor, Ellis at the top four for the 9 girls. Around the final corner, heading towards home. Come on, Tony, ping please. As I make towards the finish line we go. It's going to be Burgess hold on to this one. Back to Connor and Ellis. 11 girls out of the gate we go. Don't forget, this is the last time you see on these riders. Last chance to cheer them on as they make their way into turn number one here for the 11 girls. So it's Emerton out in front. Looks like it's Jenkins holding down second. Back to Carroll in third. As they make their way up the second straight we go in the 44 out in front. So it's 44 of Emerton, the 513 of Jenkins, the 100 of Carroll. Carroll tries to make a move up the inside as they make their way down that third straight we go. It's still Emerton out in front. So it's Emerton, Jenkins, Carroll almost rubbing his shoulders there as they dive into turn number three we go. So it's Emerton up into first. It's Carroll into second. Jenkins in holding down third. But Emerton's going to hold on to this one for the fifth and final moto. So it's Emerton, Carroll, Jenkins. 11 boys out of the gate we go. Hall's being challenged in this one. I reckon it's by Payton. But anyway, we'll make it, get some numbers. Come around turn number. So it's, I think this is going to be 5 from 5 if you can hold on. charge the way up the second straight we go. So it is Peyton in second position, back to a line up. Strange leaving the top four here for the 11 boys. They make their way down to turn number 3. We go around the final corner. It's still Hall out in front. So it's Strange, Lehman, they make their way towards the finish line. Hall's going to hold on to this one. It's going to be Hall by a couple of bike lengths. Back to and Strange and Lehman. 12 boys out of the gate we go. Looks like it's Chaos Racing 1-2. As they dive into turn number 1 we go. So it's Headlam out in front. Headlam, Birchall. As they make their way up the second straight, I think it's Gregson holding down third position. Further back we go, we've got Beach in the 64 of Strange. Down the third straight we go, so it's Headlam at this stage. Headlam, Birchall, and then Gregson. Into turn number 3 we go, that's Chaos. Back to Turbo BMX. Around the final corner we go, heading towards home. That's Headlam out in front, so it's Headlam, Birchall. Gregson's going to be the top 3 here for the 12 boys. 13 boys out of the gate we go. Oh, man, Shannon, he's had the afterburners on, leaving the gate there now. Turn number 1 we go, so it's Man Shannon out in front, nearly Daylight in second. I think it's Butterworth though. Yeah, it's Butterworth. He's high flying there. He's Medcraft. Third straight we go, so it's still Man Shannon. So it's Man Shannon. Butterworth are the top 2 riders. Then we go back to Savage. Great to see he picked himself up after a bit of a fall early. Then back to Medcraft. Around the final corner, heading towards home. Man Shannon's going to hold on to this one. Man Shannon, Butterworth, Savage, and Medcraft here for the 13 boys. Back to French we go. This is a great racing here today. Two normal glasses. Emerton as they make the second straight. French up. On the line goes Emerton. Back to French. Okay, 16 games. Extend back to back to Tuck. This is the cruiser, 15 to 16 girls round the. So it's going to be Williams in front to Tuck from Turbo BMX from second. Cruiser 34. Here we go. Oxley got initial jump there. Eminence trying to go with him from MO Racing. Then back to Lorenzen and then Jordan from Turbo BMX. Round turn number 1 we go. Oxley still got the lead. Eminent tried to close it down but couldn't quite do it. That's still Oxley out in front. Into turn number 1 we go. Oxley, Lorenzen, Jordan. Make their way down the third straight. Number 3 we go. So it is still Oxley out in front. I think Oxley will hold on to this one. He's got anything left to give now, apart from a good night's sleep. That is going to be Oxley, Emerton, Lorenzen, Jordan for the 35 plus cruiser men. Cruiser 35 plus women. Farrell, I think Devil's holding down second position. And then Jordan, round turn number 1 we go up. It's all face happening out in front. It's Farrell. She's concentrating hard on the track. It's Farrell, Farrell, Farrell. That got her laughing. Then it's back to Deborah. They're all this is my next two riders. But it's great to see them out there first time on the track, I think. Definitely for Sweet, not sure about Deverell. But around the final corner, here comes our leader from the Launceston BMX Club. In front, I think that's 5 from 5 today. We go back to our second place, right on the 54. It's Deverell. Homegrown track for young Deverell there. Then we go further back to Sweet all the way from Southern City and then Jordan.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
Superclass women out of the gate we go. That's Oxley at this stage. Oxley, Stewart's on the outside. Bean squeezed out the middle. Into turn number 1 we go. That's Oxley at this stage. The AAP interior linings rider is Stewart. She's trying to find a way around as we make our way up the second straight we go. So it's 23X. Then back to 46 and 23. Round turn number 2 we go. So it's Oxley at this stage. Then it's back to Stewart and Beans to make their way down the third straight we go. Has Stewart got anything? Has Oxley got it covered into the final corner? We go. It's Oxley. Oh, Stewart inside. She's got the legs left though. The drag race is on. Oxley on the outside. Stewart's on the inside. It's going to be tight. It's going to be Oxley. Stewart, Beams.
Riders ready, that's the gate.
Superclass out of the gate we go. Griffiths, French is on the inside. Oxley's on the outside. It's going to be tight, I'd say. Into turn number. Oh, rubbing his shoulders. Oxley got the lead as they come out of the corner. So it's Oxley, Griffith, French, Smith, Low as they make their way around turn number 2 down the third. So I'm trying to save some rubber there, Oxley, as they make their way into the final corner. Oxley, Griffiths, French to the top 3 as they charge towards the finish line. Here for the Superclass men on the line. It's going to be Oxley, Griffiths, French. Okay, junior Superclass.
Okay, riders, random starter. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Gate down way we go. Great one by Rush there. Phillips went with him as they charged their way down to turn number 1. So it's Rush, Phillips, Manshandon, Broomhall, Williams as they make their way up the second straight we go. So it's still Rush out in front on the 44. So Rush, Phillips, Manshandon, Broomhall, Williams, Blythe from interior as they make their way down that third straight we go. So it's still Rush out in front. Phillips is way around. It could be tight toward the line here. Here we go. It's Rush. It's Phillips, Rush, Manshandon. Okay, up to the finals now. The one race we actually had a final for the 9. There was unfortunately the final can only hold 8, so we're going to Medcraft, Castle and Watt. Gate down, way we go. Looks like it's Castle on the inside, Medcraft right beside him, then back to Watt we go. Into turn number 1. As I said, they were all racing for a final. Unfortunately, you can only fit 8 into the final as they make their way up the second straight we go. Oh, Medcraft made a move around the outside of Castle on the inside, really, as they make their way into turn number 2 we go. So it's Medcraft, Castle, Watt. Throw a blanket over these rides, just show you how close this class is as they make their way down through the rhythm section. It's Medcraft this stage. The inside into turn number 3 we go around the final corner down to the finish line. It's Medcraft, Castle, Watt. That should be the for the 9 boys. Okay, this is where we need to be. The fence all ready to get loud. This is the 9 boys final. We're going to call them down to the gate in order of how they qualified. On the number 68 from the Wynyard BMX Park, Landon Mason. On the 515 from the Launceston BMX Club, Jacob Fogg. On the number 11 from Southern City, Chase Chapman. On the 3T from Southern City, Fitzroy Height. On the 21 from the Launceston BMX Club, Cameron Field. On the 212, also from the Launceston BMX Club, Harrison. Team from the Club, Nicholas Sweet. And on all the nines, $9.99 from the Launceston BMX Club, Saxon.
Okay, riders, rolling started. Riders ready, that's the gate.
Boogie, boogie, boogie. Let's go for the nine boys final out. And here we go. We've got Farrell out in front. Mason's on the outside. Here comes Fogg on the 515. As we dive into turn number one, we've still got them all upright. It's Mason at this stage. Fogg's in there. Fields on the inside, holding down third position as they make their way up to second straight. It's Mason out in front. Mason, Fogg, Field. Here comes Farrell. Height's got in the mix there also. Around turn number two we go. It's Mason still out in front. It's Mason back to Fogg. Farrell's holding down third as they make their way into the final corner. Well, let's get loud crowd as we make our way round the final corner up towards the line. This is the nine boys final. It's Mason out in front. It's Mason, Fogg, Farrell the top three. It's going to be Mason, Fogg, Farrell, Height, Field, Chapman. That brings us to the end of racing here today at 24 Oz Cycling BMX Series Round 4. Forward to seeing you. I think it's a fortnight's time. 3 weeks. Next BMX Club. On the 20th of June for the third round of the night series. Okay, just tidying things up. We've just actually got a new track to happen in the last Superclass race. 30 point something or rather, 30.2 something by Oxley. Congratulations on a new track record here today. Just shows you the quality of the racing here. Took a get there, but we found the fastest lap of the day. Well done. Drive home safely. See you somewhere next BMX. Don't forget, if you're in the participant club, the Sprockets, mini wheelers, your present shortly.
Righto, check, we're good. Righto, we've got presentation ready for the mini wheelers, the 5 sprockets, and the six sprockets, 7 sprockets, boys and girls also. That's 5 motos to draw out, righto. Minutes to get away. Righto. Hopefully got everyone over here. Righto, so we're going to start with the mini wheelers. We got we got Aston next. Cooper. Esme, where are you holding? Esme, out you come. And then we got Koa. Wheelers.